What's going on, people? What's going on, people? Wise One Awaken here. Let's talk about it. We here. Hey, some of you guys, man, let's get straight to it. Thinking like I'm all wise, I'm all be knowing. It's just simply the name of the channel because I want all of us to become wise. I want us to become one and awaken. I'm not saying I'm all wise, I'm all knowing because a lot of people think like I know everything. No, I know some information. I'm just sharing it with you guys just to have a dialogue and we can talk about it. I'm not right on everything, so I'm willing to be correcting certain things, and I'll look it up and I'll be like, you know what, you guys are right. You definitely right about that, and I was wrong. So, but I do look up these information, these all my experience before I discuss it with you guys. So, let's get straight into the topic, right? Black immigrants versus like Black Americans, right? And the reason why I say versus is not saying like there's this fight or civil war versus like immigrants and Black Americans in this country, but it's simply the culture we've been dealt with, and this is what we're going through. So as an immigrant, I wasn't born in this country, but I've been here a very long time, so I understand the immigrant perspective, Black immigrant one, and I understand the African American perspective, just because I've been here in this country a very, very long time. I've studied a lot about African American culture, history, and I went to predominantly Black university. So I understand. I'm not saying that I know what it is to be in their shoes, but I understand just because of people I've dealt with, the experience and things like that. So I have some perspective into the Black American lives. So let's talk about it. What are the differences in the thought pattern of Black Americans and immigrants? Right, immigrants here, they're like, yo, they came here, they work hard, they struggle to come to this country. They most of them, I would say that at least good 95% of immigrants don't know what Black Americans went through. They don't know, they don't care. No, they just like, hey, I only care about mine. So they don't know what they come in with when they come to this country, what they're expecting. So when they get treated by African Americans a certain way, they kind of like, hey, why are you acting like that? We are the same color, we brothers, but realistically, we not, right? We are not the same as African American. Black immigrants, you get out of your head. We are not the same as them. Not saying we are better than them or they're better than us. It's just we're not the same. Culturally, we different. Most of we on different class. Like, I mean, it's a whole different culture, a whole different system. You know, so when we come here, we do have to act accordingly. That we all guests in their country, right? We all guests in their country, so we have to act accordingly when we come to this country, right? So a lot of immigrants, they'll come here and they be very uppity because let's be honest, some immigrants that do come here, like Black immigrants, they're upper class immigrants that come from Jamaica, Haiti, Bahamas, and different, or, in Nigeria or Ghana. They upper class and they come here and they act better. They act like they're better than the African Americans here, but they do take the benefits of what African Americans have done to lay the foundation for every other immigrants to come and enjoy the benefit of what African American have established, have done, for pretty much every immigrants that come here that take advantage of the benefits. So you guys have to act accordingly, right? So these immigrants, Black immigrants, come here, they have more money, so they take advantage of some of the benefit that African Americans has, and they're able to get to the top of the class really, really fast in America, right? And I think in some part of American or white Americans that they act differently with Black immigrants. I've noticed that because like they're like, hey, we don't owe you anything, so we can kind of act different with you. Where compared to African American, they're like they owe them something, right? For the unjust, the slavery and Jim Crow, what they have done to African Americans, so they behave differently with them than they do with us. That's what I see at least, right? That's what I see. So Black immigrants don't understand all these dynamics between white people and African American. They don't understand that. They're like, yo, why you guys are like, at the bottom class? Like, why you guys are in the greatest country in the world? Why you guys are the bottom class? Like, what is going on? You guys are supposed to be on top. You guys are supposed to be winning. Like you're in one of the richest country in the world. Like, what is going on? But they don't know what the struggle African Americans have gone through this country as they continue going to this country. Now, I'm not saying African Americans are not at fault for why they're in the bottom class, because you only could blame white people for so long for your demise, for their wrongdoing. Eventually you're gonna have to be like, okay, enough is enough. We need to step up. There's certain things that we need to fix in our community for us to get on top. And African American anybody and everybody come into their neighborhood and make money and then leave. You can't do that in every community. There's certain white community you're not gonna come in and open a business in that community, or Russian or the small hats or people like that. You're not just gonna be able to come in that community and open a business that easy. They're gonna make it very difficult for you. And I think black people, you letting too many people come in and enjoy the benefit, the thing that you work very hard for, to come in and take advantage of that. So as a black immigrant, most of my black immigrant family and friends, you guys have to understand that we all guests in these people's country, right? So you have to act accordingly. Doesn't mean that you can't be prosperous. Doesn't mean that, we can't be brothers and sisters in a sense like that. I'm just saying that we have to understand we all guests. So a lot of time we have to understand the African American dynamic. We can't act like we better than them just because you're in the upper class. You gotta understand where you come from in your country. Some of the things that you in your country, they didn't go through that, or the things that they went through, we didn't go through that. Because we had black presidents forever in our country. We had our own government, and even though if it wasn't great, we had a lot of these things going on for us, right? And the reason why you're able to come here in this country and do so well for yourself is because African American fought so hard for them to become acceptable member of society, for them to become equal to white Americans. They fought so hard for that. Now you come in, you're able to reap the benefit because you look like them. And after a few years, you can talk like them and act like them, dress like them. So eventually you can pass on as an African American. You can pass on as one of them. But you'll still say you're not one of them, but you'd be like, well, for the job, I'll do it. To get the benefit, I'll do it. To get this, I'll do it. There's black Indians that have taken benefits from African Americans to get in schools. They're like, hey, I'm black, but I'm Indian. So I think black immigrants have to know their place in this country. We have to know, the whole thing going on with Kamala in office and things like that. We have to know we are not black Americans. When they talk about black people in this country, when they say black, they mean black Americans. They're not saying because you black, because I'm from this country, they're talking about us. No. We are so completely different, man. We are so completely different. And I'm tired of immigrants coming here and just shitting on African Americans, man. Now I'm not saying that they don't have stuff to work on. They do. I'm tired of seeing African American at the bottom on everything. And they up on all the negative stuff. They up on that. Whether it's abortion, whether it's crime. I'm tired of seeing that. I want those people to be up, man. Because it's because of them that us immigrants able to come here enjoy their fruit of their labor. Their sacrifices. It's because of them. So I want to see them up. They are brothers, they are sisters, man. So I want to see African American, take their rightful place in this country. There's no reason why Hispanics or other immigrants from other countries should be able to come here and they be prosperous and they're ahead of you. There's no reason why, So I think that black immigrants need to start thinking differently about African Americans in this country. And I think African Americans, you have to think differently of black immigrants. We have to work together in this thing. You'll be surprised if African American, you guys go to all countries, how very well you welcome. Now they say you're gonna get open door, like everybody's gonna be awesome to you, but majority of everybody will be. They will be, So I think this is a dialogue that we need to talk about. We need to discuss the relationship between black immigrants and African American more. We need to deep dive into it. We need to take out all the hatred, all the differences we have between us, and to appreciate the difference we have between us and figure out a way for us to work together in order for us to get on top. In order for us to be a prosperous community. Because believe it or not, most immigrants will typically marry African American. We usually join our community, or we live next to the African Americans. We might live, the neighborhood might be separated by a block or two, but we usually close to African Americans. So it's time for us to get together and then discuss. Let's discuss this. Let's talk about it. What do you guys think? Put it in the comments box. Let's talk about it. Like and share. I appreciate all you guys, man, tuning in. The channel is going pretty awesome. I appreciate it. And if y'all think I'm wrong about something, let me know and we'll discuss it. Because I know a lot of you guys will come on here and be like, oh, yeah, since you're all wise, you don't know what you're talking about, all this and that. listen, guys, I'm only sharing information what I've read. So let's talk about it. Wise Women Awaken.